On Clint Barton's secluded farm, he spends a serene day with his family, teaching his daughter the art of archery while his wife prepares a delightful picnic. However, their idyllic moment is shattered when Clint's daughter suddenly disappears into thin air, and the rest of his family, along with half of all life in the universe, disintegrates due to the devastating consequences of Thanos' fateful snap. Stranded in space after their defeat on Titan, Nebula and Tony Stark are miraculously rescued and brought back to Earth by the powerful Carol Danvers. There, they reunite with Natasha Romanoff, Bruce Banner, Steve Rogers, Rocket, Thor, and James Rhodes. Determined to undo Thanos' actions, the team devises a daring plan to retrieve the Infinity Stones from him and harness their power to reverse the tragic events. However, their hopes are shattered when they discover that Thanos had destroyed the stones, rendering them useless. He explains that he did so to prevent their misuse. Filled with fury, Thor executes his long-delayed vengeance by beheading Thanos, realizing that it should have been done during their encounter in Wakanda. After 5 years have passed, Scott Lang manages to escape from the quantum realm, only to find that his once young daughter Cassie has grown into a teenager. The devastating snap orchestrated by Thanos has caused the disappearance of Hope Van Dyne and half of the population. In the aftermath, Steve Rogers takes on the responsibility of guiding grief counseling sessions for those still grappling with the aftermath, while Natasha Romanoff tirelessly safeguards both Earth and the wider universe with the support of Rhodes, Danvers, Okoye, Rocket, and Nebula. Lang seeks out Romanoff and Rogers, sharing the astonishing revelation that while 5 long years transpired for them, only a mere 5 hours elapsed for him within the time-warping quantum realm. Stark, now enjoying a peaceful life with Pepper Potts and their child, listens as the trio presents their bold idea of utilizing the quantum realm to travel back in time and retrieve the Infinity Stones before Thanos can acquire them. Initially hesitant, Stark expresses concerns about endangering his newfound family happiness. However, haunted by the memory of Peter Parker's loss, he contemplates the potential ramifications and decides to explore theoretical models that could leverage Lang's quantum tunnel. After thorough experimentation, Stark eventually discovers a viable approach that holds promise. The reassembled Avengers, with Stark now on their side, embark on a mission to reunite their team. Bruce Banner, having integrated his consciousness with the Hulk, now embraces their combined power. Hearing reports of an assassin resembling Barton's methods, Romanoff sets off to locate him. Consumed by grief, Barton has adopted the persona of Ronin and seeks justice by mercilessly eliminating criminal organizations worldwide. Natasha tracks him down in Japan and persuades him to join their cause, hoping to restore what they have lost. Banner and Rocket journey to the quaint village of New Asgard, a haven for the remaining inhabitants of Asgard. There, they seek out Thor, who has been burdened with immense guilt for his inability to vanquish Thanos in Wakanda. Thor's appearance has drastically changed, as he has grown plump, his once glorious hair and beard now disheveled. He spends his days indulging in unhealthy food, drowning his sorrows in alcohol, and engaging in virtual battles with his comrades, Korg and Miek, through the game of Fortnite. Reluctantly, Thor is persuaded by Rocket and Banner to rejoin the ranks of the Avengers. Banner, Rogers, Lang, and Stark put their plan into action, utilizing the quantum time machine. Their mission is to retrieve the time, mind, and space stones during the Battle of New York in 2012. As the team splits up, Banner heads to the Sanctum Sanctorum, seeking the Time Stone. There, he encounters the Ancient One, who initially expresses concerns about altering the timeline. However, Banner explains that Strange willingly gave up the Time Stone to Thanos, assuring her that returning the stones to their proper timelines will prevent any negative consequences. Convinced by his words, the Ancient One allows Banner to take the Time Stone. Meanwhile, Lang and Stark focus on stealing the Space Stone, which is currently in the possession of the Avengers after being confiscated from Loki. Lang triggers a minor malfunction in Stark's artificial heart, causing him to experience a temporary cardiac arrest, while Stark seizes the opportunity to snatch the Tesseract from the unattended briefcase. However, their flawless operation hits a snag when an unexpected encounter with Hulk causes Stark to fumble and drop the briefcase. Seizing the moment, Loki seizes the Space Stone and swiftly escapes. Meanwhile, Rogers manages to infiltrate a group of undercover Hydra agents and successfully secures the Mind Stone. However, his path intersects with his past self, leading to a case of mistaken identity as his past self confuses him for a disguised Loki. Having overcome their encounter with past Steve, Rogers rejoins Stark and Lang to tackle the challenge of obtaining the Space Stone without depleting their supply of PIM particles, necessary for quantum realm travel. Lang successfully returns to the present with the Mind Stone, while Rogers and Stark devise a plan to infiltrate a U.S. Army facility in the 1970s. Their mission involves securing additional vials of PIM particles to ensure their safe return. During their time in the past, Rogers catches a glimpse of Peggy Carter, while Stark shares a poignant conversation with his father, Howard. Rocket and Thor set off on a mission to secure the Reality Stone before Malekith can unleash its power upon the Nine Realms. As they arrive in Asgard, Thor is struck by the imminent loss of his mother, Frigga. However, fate grants him a precious moment as he unexpectedly crosses paths with her. Meanwhile, Rocket seizes the opportunity to acquire the Ether, the ethereal manifestation of the Reality Stone, from Jane Foster. With the Ether in their possession, and after a heartfelt conversation with Frigga, Thor reclaims his beloved hammer Mjolnir, discovering his unwavering worthiness. Filled with renewed purpose, they return to Earth, ready to confront the challenges ahead. Rhodes and Nebula embark on a mission to Morag, aiming to secure the Power Stone before Peter Quill can get to it. While Rhodes successfully returns to the present with the stone, Nebula encounters a malfunction, leaving her stranded on Morag. Unbeknownst to her, the presence of two consciousnesses in her systems alerts Thanos and Ebony Maw, who seize the opportunity to capture the future Nebula. Realizing the danger, Nebula desperately tries to warn her companions, but her efforts prove futile. Thanos delves into her memories, uncovering the Avengers' plan, and employs the loyal past Nebula as a spy, sending her back to the present. Barton and Romanoff journey to Vormir in search of the Soul Stone, but their mission takes a dark turn when they learn from Red Skull, the guardian of the stone, that it demands a sacrifice of someone they hold dear. A heartfelt struggle ensues as they grapple with who should make the ultimate sacrifice. In the end, Romanoff selflessly offers herself, leaving Barton devastated as he returns to Earth with the Soul Stone, burdened by grief. After regrouping on Earth, Stark, Rocket, and Banner collaborate to create a specialized gauntlet capable of harnessing the power of the stones. Utilizing the advanced nanotechnology from Stark's latest Iron Man suit, they fashion a formidable gauntlet. Among them, Banner steps forward as the one to wear the gauntlet, determined to reverse the effects of Thanos' snap and bring back all those who vanished. Despite the risks, he is confident in his ability to endure the immense power and physical toll of wielding the stones. His efforts prove successful as the vanished individuals are restored. However, their victory is short-lived as Thanos, manipulated by the infiltrating Nebula, descends upon them, shattering the quantum portal in the process. Thanos demolishes the Avengers compound, dispersing the team and leaving Barton to safeguard the gauntlet. As Barton holds the gauntlet, the past Nebula falls victim to her future self's treachery in her pursuit of the Infinity Stones. Meanwhile, Rogers, Thor, and Stark confront Thanos, who has decided to reshape the universe according to his own twisted ideals. Engaging in individual battles, the trio valiantly fights against Thanos, with Rogers proving his worthiness to wield Mjolnir, as Thor suspected. However, despite their efforts, each of them is ultimately overpowered by the cunning Titan. In a short time following the arrival of Thanos' forces on Earth, Rogers finds himself face to face with T'Challa, who stands alongside the revived Avengers and their allies. United, they launch a fierce attack on Thanos and his formidable army. The battle unfolds with intensity, and amidst the chaos, Stark is joyfully reunited with Parker, while Quill crosses paths with the past version of Gamora. As the struggle ensues, numerous Avengers engage in a tense struggle to gain control of the powerful Infinity Stones. As Wanda Maximoff binds Thanos with her formidable energy, he commands Glaive to unleash a barrage of devastating energy blasts from his ship, inflicting significant damage on the Avengers' battlefront. Suddenly, Captain Marvel re-emerges, engaging in a fierce struggle for possession of the gauntlet. Employing the advanced nanotech of the newly crafted gauntlet, Stark skillfully manipulates the Infinity Stones, transferring them from Thanos' grasp into his own. With a resolute proclamation of "I am Iron Man," he harnesses the stone's immense power, obliterating Thanos and his entire army, reducing them to ash. In a poignant moment, Parker and Potts offer solace to Stark as he succumbs to the ravages of the stone's radiation, leaving behind a legacy of heroism. After the climactic battle, a solemn funeral is held for Stark, honoring his sacrifice. The Avengers gather to pay their respects as Stark's legacy is celebrated. Each member reflects on their own journey and the loved ones they have lost. Barton and Maximoff find solace in knowing that Romanoff and Vision would be proud of their victory. Thor, feeling liberated from his responsibilities, decides to join the Guardians of the Galaxy, seeking a new purpose and adventure. He appoints Valkyrie as the new ruler of Asgard. Barton happily reunites with his family, cherishing the time he has regained with them. Parker, back in school, finds comfort in the familiar presence of his best friend Ned, as they continue their journey together. Meanwhile, Rogers is assigned the responsibility of returning the stones and Thor's hammer to their rightful places in the past. However, Upon completing his mission, he makes a life-altering decision. Instead of returning to the present, he chooses to remain in the past and spend the rest of his days with Carter. As an old man, Rogers reappears before Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes, symbolically passing on his shield and the legacy of Captain America to Wilson. A poignant flashback takes us to a simple house, where Rogers and Carter share a long-awaited dance in their living room. Finally, they find true happiness together, cherishing the moments they missed out on in the past. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. And subscribe for more insightful movie analysis. Stay connected with us as we explore the fascinating world of cinema.